Welcome. My name is Patricia Morrison, and I am the founder of Inner Fire, Outer Light, where we help overwhelmed and undervalued working artists and creative professionals to find focus, funding, and fulfillment in their work so that they benefit and the world does too. I'm really excited to speak to you again today about what brings restoration to your soul so that your creative gifts can thrive and get completed and get out into the world in a way that is sustainable for you and others. Today, specifically, I'm going to talk about something that's very personal to me, and that is boundaries. That is saying no to some things and some people so that you can say yes to fulfilling your creative potential and really getting all that you are out into the world and being able to share that generously from a place of abundance rather than scarcity. This is something I've been working on for a good 15 years or so. I am somebody who has always struggled a bit with boundaries. I want to be generous, I want to do what needs to be done. And the challenge is when to say no. Some of you probably excel at this, others of you excel in certain areas, but not in others. Many of you care so deeply that you want to take care of other people in your lives. And so your own creative needs, vision, and gifts that the world longs for fall by the wayside. Or the income and emotional support that you need falls by the wayside. And so you end up in the struggle. My vision for you is that you're out of the struggle and in a position of able to fulfill your gifts and share them generously, pay your bills, and live your dream in a filled and sustainable way. So, here are a couple of things that I've learned that I hope will help you along the way. And just to let you know, our upcoming virtual retreat dives deeper into all of these areas. So, you've all heard this version. There's the golden rule, right? Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And this sort of golden accompaniment, love your neighbor as yourself. And it was some years ago that I was really helped to understand that loving your neighbor as yourself needs to begin with a healthy love for yourself. Because if you're loving your neighbor equal to yourself, that's what that commandment indicates. If you hate yourself, or you're stuck in a certain kind of self-loathing or self-criticizing kind of mode, that is what your neighbor will experience from you as well. And so the foundation to be generous and taking care of those around you is that needs to happen internally. It's not necessarily that it happens first, and it's not necessarily sequential, but it is a foundation. So here are some tools that I have used over the years to really help me with that. Time off. Not just a vacation once a year, but on a regular basis, creating a sense of spaciousness, whether it's 1 hour, one afternoon, or one day on a regular basis, that is open, that is without agenda, and that is specifically for you, not for other people in your life, no matter how much you love them. Julia Cameron talks about the artist date. This is a similar kind of concept in that you have this open space, this downtime, and you show up to it without an expectation of production or productivity or efficiency, without an agenda, without an idea of what you'll do. And you ask your inner wisdom and your inner voice, your inner artist, your inner creative, what would you like to do? What would you like to play with? Maybe you would just like to go for a walk. or sit down or stare at the wall. It doesn't matter what that inner voice or that inner artist wants to do, so much as that you listen. And that attentiveness and that spaciousness is really key. Now, the tricky part of this is not setting aside the time on your calendar, although that may seem challenging. The tricky part is saying no to other things, saying no to other people. And so you're going to have to practice that. So here's one more concrete thing. One more concrete thing to help you practice that. And then please join us for the Walls That Heal virtual retreat. You can do it from anywhere you choose, your backyard or anywhere you choose, on the date that you choose. And so I would invite you to register at the address below for the retreat and plan to join us. Here we go. One last thing. You're going to have to practice saying no. I know it sounds ridiculous. No, such a short word, such a simple word. And yet it's hard to say, especially when it's something that we want to do or someone that we care about. And I would suggest that you get a buddy. Somebody you can call on the phone or somebody you can be with in person, and you practice saying no. Ask each other questions. Say no. I have memories of my wonderful friend Victoria and I shouting across a garden at each other when we were practicing this. No! It was so helpful because when the time came to really say no to something we wanted to do but knew would not serve our fulfilling our creative potential, or something that we knew would not support our health, would not support our relationships, something that we wanted to not make someone feel bad but didn't want to offend them, having practiced helped us so that we could say, no, thank you for inviting me, but no, I will not be able to do that. So those are your 2 items for this time, and stay tuned for the rest of the videos in the series for more helpful ways to make your summer more spacious and rejuvenating. And I look forward to having you join us at one of our Inner Fire, Outer Light retreats very soon. Take care.